For the past 3 years, Jubilee has been working on a feature-length documentary, and it's just been announced that we'll be premiering at Tribeca Film Festival. The film is called Accepted. It's about a small school in rural Louisiana that became famous for sending most of its students to Ivy League schools. And we follow 4 students through their senior year, what ends up becoming a really crazy, tumultuous, and challenging senior year. And we cannot wait for you to see it. Follow Accepted Film everywhere and acceptedfilm.com to learn more. But I just want to take a moment to say thank you. Thank you for being with me and with our team throughout this journey. And we can't wait to not only bring you our content here online, but now bring you empathy-fueled content in film and in television as well. So more to come. Stay tuned, but we love you. Thank you.
Wait, let's get to the juicy ones. Have you guys ever cheated? No. Okay, same.
We can start. I'm Jules.
I'm Izzy.
We've been dating for
15 months.
15 months.
Yeah.
And I'm a PhD student in, I study renewable energy.
I work in mental health care, and we met on Hinge.
Yeah.
We've been dating for a little over 2 years. We just kind of met through friends. Like all of our friends knew each other, but we just never met. And then we met one day, and yeah.
I'm from Norway. I'm a photographer.
I'm an actor, writer, entrepreneur.
We met in Berlin on Tinder.
Yeah, we met on Tinder, much like you guys, and we did long distance for 4 years in college.
We've been going out for 5 years.
Ooh, wow.
The fact that we clicked so well was, almost surprising. And I feel like over the past 5 years of our relationship, I've just been thinking about what does compatibility truly mean.
For us, it just means that we have the same views and values.
Similar interests.
How do you resolve problems? How do you communicate?
How do you adjust to each other in different situations?
Values and shared interests were the 2 main things, and the sort of goals we have and where we see our lives going.
How was it having a long distance relationship, guys?
Challenging.
Yeah, I think, so we had met only 5 months before, we started long distance. So we kind of had to think did we want to hold each other back in college? But then the weeks ticked down until it was finally time to our planned breakup, but then we just couldn't hold ourselves to do it. And we just ended up sticking together and it worked out and now we're living together.
Yeah, 5 years later, here we are.
Just their story of staying together, committed long distance all throughout college. We did it for a year and a half and it's hard.
When you guys met, and you said in Berlin, were you studying there? Or were you just traveling there? How did that?
I was studying abroad for a year.
I asked some friends of mine, what are you going to do this weekend? And they were just we're going to Berlin, do you want to come? I don't know, they had their own plans. I was kind of checking on Tinder to see if anyone was cute there, and I met this guy.
Daniel and Noah's story, I liked their story. It was like a fairy tale almost. It seemed like they were meant to be together.
So is this your first serious relationship?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's important to note, not because it means that it won't be your relationship, but also I think that a lot of understanding compatibility comes with having experiences before that maybe weren't as good. So it gives a lot of confidence in compatibility if you have had incompatible relationships before.
I would just counter that on the note that just because I hadn't been in a serious relationship doesn't mean that I haven't been dating many different people and having my experiences and learning what it means for me personally to find the one that I want to call mine. When other people were bringing up the fact that I hadn't been in other relationships as maybe a reason why we're less compatible, I just know in my heart that you're the one for me.
I mean, we met right after I graduated high school and she was a senior. So I felt that was not challenging, but it was just different to be in a committed relationship so young when most people, all my friends were all single. And I was the only one. I definitely could see why people, because we're so young, there is that stereotype that we still have so much that we need to experience in life. I also know us, and I know how we are, and I know how we interact.
It's really hard because, I don't want to fault you guys, obviously, for not having more time, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no matter what, I feel time, and you guys obviously all seem amazing couples, you know what I mean?
And especially as queer people, we need time to come to terms with ourselves, and take the step of dating each other.
I feel like you guys are one, just like, it's like a majority of like components. One, you have like time, you have distance,
5
you
years.
have like living together, your plans for the future. Like.
So you guys need to move up there.
I think Bradley and Eric were clearly very compatible.
I want to say that we were the most because, I mean, we know us.
Because
best.
everybody wants to be the first.
And I think everyone has a right to rank themselves first.
If any of you think they should be number one, you can just stand where they're standing, like behind them or something.
They're number 2 technically now.
I think we should be higher, but that's just my opinion.
I agree. I feel that we have that other aspect to it that we were talking about, like the guys on the first place here have, like we like share a lot of the same things there. I would maybe argue like putting us in second, but I'm also like, I don't know.
I feel like, I don't know, I feel like in between you guys, I honestly feel like really strongly for both you guys being number 2, you know what I mean? Because I feel like you guys have such a strong relationship and you've lived together and you've like built that bond.
At the end of the day, it came down to lived experience. The younger couple hadn't been together quite as long and hadn't...
But I feel bad about that. Honestly, looking back at it, I almost feel bad.
I feel like just because we haven't been through like hardships, that makes you guys put us in fourth. I'm honestly fine with whatever because I know that all of us are compatible.
I'm gonna say I'm happy where I am, I think.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm fine with whatever.
Were you satisfied with that ranking?
Yes and no. At the end of the day, like it's subjective, and we thought that all of the other couples were like cute and they went well together, so.
I know that we are compatible, so I'm like, oh, I wish other people can see that. But there's only so much that you can like show people without showing them everything.
Can you please put on your earmuffs? Do you think there's a difference between how straight couples view compatibility versus how same-sex couples view compatibility?
I think the basic elements of what humans want in a relationship is probably the same. Love, comfortability, honesty, respect. Of course, the dynamics are going to be different, and the obstacles that we face as couples are going to be different.
At the end of the day, I feel like we're all just people who are looking for love, who, you know, hopefully find their mate, someone that they're super crazy about, who's crazy about them.
I think most people use interests and values and goals.
And the way that you feel when you're with them too. So I don't see how that would really differ with a same-sex couple compared to a straight couple.
I will say though, for this couple, I feel like their personalities and their temperaments really complement each other. Couple number 2, I feel like they're a little more compatible. She's going through a PhD program and they're making it work. So I kind of want to sort of give like the dark horse nod to them for number 1 and give them number 2.
Couple number 3, I remember he said something how he had dated before. He always felt, how do you know when you're with the one? And then with him, he felt it immediately and knew. And I think I just like see that in them, and that's why I would rank 3 higher.
I think 3 should be ranked higher. I can just tell even from their physical presence, they're very comfortable with one another.
Should we move them?
I agree.
Should we move 3 to 2?
Yes. Does anybody want to express where 4 should stand? Should they stay number 4 or should they be rerun?
There's still like a lot they haven't done yet together.
When I was younger, like those were some of the most like open, passionate, like huge relationships because you're so raw. And I'm so conflicted because I feel like they give each other so much, and when you give each other so much, you're going to be more compatible.
I think still for me, there's just so many unknowns in terms of their compatibility, partly because of age and life experience and stuff like that.
I don't know if it really fully makes sense to just assume that they will have trouble because they haven't been together longer.
Oh, definitely, yeah. We're not assuming that they're gonna
No, I'm not saying, but like it's kind of just like, you know, that's almost like the argument. You're like, well, you don't know things, so they might not be compatible.
So I guess this is it.
Raise up hands to keep this line up. 1, 2, 3.
Regardless of the metrics that we use to come to this conclusion, like we would have been happy in 4th place too because it's subjective and arguably like these are all amazing couples. And
I was really moved by all of your guys' stories, and I'm so happy that you guys are happy, and I wish the best for all of us.
Same to you guys, totally.
Yeah. It's like hard to really say who is more compatible than the other person when we only have so much time to get to know them.
There's so many things to consider. It's kind of like hard to like put someone there and there and there.
I feel like looking at all those couples today just really affirmed in my heart that I made the right choice.
I love you, and this was really fun.
Thank you so much for being willing to grow with me, and I'm so glad that I found somebody that I'm so compatible with.